Alright, so today we're going to talk about Sanguine Dusk. Is she good? Hey guys, come and join us at twitch.tv/TeamVASH. We stream 18 plus hours a day and we're the most active Save the World streamers on the planet, so come and join us and be a part of the team. Surprisingly, yes. Boy, that's a big change from the pre-hero rework from the old days, man. I tore this character up so bad back in the day. I was so unimpressed with what she brought to the table, and just yeah, the hero rework for her specifically has been nothing but good. So let's check out why. So this character here is a phase shifting shock tower seismic smash specialist, which is really, a cool combination of abilities. Honestly, probably the best combination of abilities right now given the current horrible state of the teddies in the game. So let's take a look at the perk. This is what makes her special. This is what she's all about. Her commando perk is a heal. That's what it is. Nothing crazy. It's a heal. Dashing through enemies with phase shift, it heals 24 base health per enemy pass through, which sounds pretty weak, honestly. And it is kind of weak in some ways, but in other ways it's actually super, super strong. This is a matter of player skill, really, is what this comes down to. And if the player controlling the character is good, this actually has a huge amount of potential. As you'll see in the gameplay video, it is not without its bugs. The phase shift, you can phase shift right through enemies, and sometimes it just doesn't detect any hits. I've phase shifted through like 15 enemies, and nothing happened. It's always a bummer, but phase shift is a little wonky, a little bit sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't detect properly, especially given the current problems of the hero rework. There's a lot of game bugs right now that we're dealing with. But overall, I got to give huge props to this character, because this is a dramatic, fantastic improvement on the original Sanguine Dusk. Now that she has one commander perk, and her one commander perk is phase shifting vampirism, to regenerate her hit points, she's actually kind of like a blank slate that you can build how you want based around these three abilities, which incidentally are pretty much the best abilities you could possibly roll with on an Outlander right now. So her kit is extremely, extremely powerful. That's not to say that you wouldn't do better using a kit that didn't have a heal as a main commander perk, but regardless of that, the thematic of this character is really, really neat. I would say the fun factor of using this character is higher than it's ever been. Because one, you can be a vampire. Two, you can heal yourself using a vampiric ability without actually damaging the character in any real significant way. This character builds however you want to build, right? You're only sacrificing one commander perk, which is kind of like 3 support perks. I mean, you could argue that this is nothing compared to 225% assault rifle damage, but again, it's different, right? It's different. And does the commander perk in and of itself justify its strength? I would say yes, honestly. I feel like the commander perk of the phase shift it makes you feel strong, cool. It's a strong, fun, tactical ability that makes you feel like a superhero. It's not overpowered. I don't think it's underpowered. I think it's balanced very, very well, actually. If you use this against one enemy, you're not going to really notice much difference. But if you go through a group of enemies, you're going to heal to 100% health instantaneously. Like, it is a significant, noticeable amount of healing. When you see a group of enemies, you teleport through them, drop a shock tower, run away. You have full health, full shields, and you're pieced out. You're like, see ya, you're all dead. Like, that's pretty incredible. Like, the potential of this character is totally on point. And when it really comes down to it, when you're judging a character based on, is this character good? Is it effective, and is it fun? And this is a yes on both accounts. This is a fun, effective character with a very cool healing ability, which honestly allowed me to, it freed up my support team to not even need Survivalist Jonesy in it. Normally, I put Survivalist Jonesy in every single hero that I do. No matter what. Survivalist Jonesy is like gives you that self-healing that I feel is necessary on every character. It's so powerful to have a way to heal yourself passively, and this character doesn't need that. And because of that, you have an entire support slot freed up. Yes, it costed you technically a commander perk is 3 support slots to do that, but this is stronger. Yeah, in some ways, this is more powerful than Survivalist Jonesy's ability because of the nature of this character, because you're so elusive as an Outlander with phase shift, because you are so hard to engage with an Outlander who has Shock Tower, because you're so hard to pressure being an Outlander with Seismic Smash. She's got like this trifecta of she doesn't really take damage. So most of the time you don't even need your phase siphon. It's only when you get caught by some blasters who get some shots on you, something goes, maybe you get some game bugs, which you'll see I had, some things bugged out. I got stuck. I, couldn't, whatever, right? Things happen on the battlefield that doesn't work properly, and you end up taking damage that you didn't expect to take. You're like, okay, now I'm hurt, and now this ability becomes incredible because I can go from like 0 to 100 instantly. Survivalist Jonesy can't do that. Survivalist Jonesy is a sustained character. He just keeps healing and healing, like 10% of his health every second for as long as he keeps killing stuff. She is a boom, burst, instantly full, everything, back in the fight, like no damage, like just dramatic. Like the flip on this is amazing. Phase Siphon is a great ability. It is balanced very, very well. It is very fun to use. And yeah, depending on how you build this character, you could be a massive, massive threat. I highly suggest going with the Bioenergy Source Team perk on this character. This one allows you to regenerate shields whenever you're using your energy, which is unbelievably effective. If you're taking damage, say like the worst case scenario happens, you get like crippled down to like 10% health. As soon as you go to teleport through enemies to regenerate your health, the energy that you use from the teleport is also regenerating your shields. The shields then protect your health and gives your health, then your health goes up, and it goes back and forth. If you're too scared to teleport through enemies to use that phase shift, the phase siphon to heal yourself, because you're like, ooh, what if I get hit as I'm going through and I take more damage than I gain. You can always just start dropping. You can Seismic Slam. You can throw down your shock turret. Every energy that you eat up generates shields. So in like no time at all, you can go from 0 to 100 shields like that. And then once you feel confident that your shields are going to take the hits for you, then you can be aggressive, run in, use your teleport to go through enemies, fill your health all the way up to full really, really quickly if you can hit multiple targets, and boom, you're in the battle. So Bioenergy Source is a incredible synergy. You have the ability to regenerate health and shields at the same time instantaneously. It's incredible. So then looking down at the support slots, there was honestly a ton of different ways that you could go with this character, because this character is kind of a blank slate. You're like, hey, I've got these 3 abilities. You can choose to focus on them or focus on weapons. The choice is yours. This is where the hero rework is at its best. It is really shining. This is like a character that has a fun, balanced, entertaining, strong ability, but with no real clear direction in how this character should be built. If you had a character like my favorite, Tactical Assault Sledgehammer, it's very clear what your role is, right? Because you have 225% assault rifle damage bonus, you are going to be an assault rifle character, right? You're committed because that's what your character does. This character has no clear committals, and because of that, she is a blank slate for possibilities. This is where the hero rework is at its finest. You can build this character to do whatever you want. There is so many options. It is just absolutely fantastic. It's incredible. This is the best case scenario for how I can showcase where the hero rework really, really hits it home and does a great job of allowing people to customize and be the character that they want to be. So for what I've done here is I feel like this is the most powerful Sanguine Dusk build that I could think of. Right off the top of my head, I went in, I looked at the abilities, and I'm like, okay, yeah, this is it. So what I've done here is I've taken Up the Voltage. Up the Voltage is an awesome ability that you get for Shock Specialist AC. It is a Shock Tower damage bonus. So I want to focus on Shock Towers because Shock Tower is one of the most powerful abilities in the game. It's incredibly awesome. And if you boost the damage, you win, right? If you put the Shock Tower down and everything dies, you win. And honestly, nothing does it better than Shock Tower. Shock Tower has been the most powerful ability since before the hero rework and will probably continue to be the most powerful ability for a long time to come. That's the main reason that Fragment Flurry just was so powerful back in the day, because you could drop your Shock Tower in the middle of 100 enemies and it would kill pretty much everything. Just insane. And very little has changed. Honestly, Shock Tower is as strong as it ever was, and this feeds right into that power. So yeah, Shock Specialist AC with the increased 33% to a Shock Tower damage is my number one pick. Then I also had Static Cling. I wanted to go more into Shock Towers, and we have Wild Fragment Deadeye feeding into that as well. Static Cling gives your Shock Tower an affliction, which deals 50% damage per second for 3 seconds. Crazy, right? Crazy. So like you basically get an extra 150% damage over 3 seconds using this ability. Holy cow. So nuts. You think 33% damage is good. How about 150% damage? Yeah, you have to wait for it, but who cares? 3 seconds is nothing. You drop your Shock Tower, they get knocked all over the place. 3 seconds later, everybody dies. Winning big time. Super awesome perk. Then I looked at my kit and I was like, you know what? I don't care about phase shift. I don't want to change my phase shift at all. None of the phase shifts, I don't feel like they're worth anything. They kind of force you into a play style that I don't want to play. There are some bonuses that are good, but ultimately I decided to go with Return to Sender. Return to Sender is Ragnarok's ability. This is an awesome ability which allows your Seismic Slam to go out and then come back in again. So essentially you're doing double the damage. It doubles the damage of your Seismic Smash, goes all the way out, comes all the way back. It increases the damage by 25% and also the impact. So the reason I really like this, honestly, is not even for the damage so much as for the ability to deal with riots. Riot shields can be really annoying when you're really up close and personal and they're in your personal space. It can be hard to maneuver around them or deal with them, and this ability completely annihilates them. As soon as they get in your face, you slam the ground, it goes through them and does a bunch of impact damage. Once it comes back, it will knock them onto the ground and you can just execute them with whatever weapon you're using. For me, it's shotguns, which incidentally works really good at close range. You go boom, slam, bang, 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 dead. Like, it's just like, oh, so nasty. So yeah, Return to Sender, Ragnarok, awesome support slot with this character. Really amps up your Seismic Slam. After that, I was like, all right, well, that's all of the Shock Tower bonuses I could get. That's the only Seismic Slam bonus that I really care about. There are some other ones, but this is what I really needed it to do. So now I'm like, all right, let's look at some weapon perks. So I decided to go all in with shotguns because this character is something I'm going to be right up in your face all the time. I'm going to be constantly at melee because I'm dropping shock turrets, I'm hitting Seismic Slams, and I want to be focusing on close range damage, and I want to do the most amount of close range damage that I can. And shotguns do close range much better than rifles do. That's what they're made for. Close range wrecking. Just wrecking. So I went with the two best ones. I went with shotgun critical damage using a Buckshot Raptor. Just an awesome 75% bonus critical damage, which I build all of my weapons in crit. So crit is a huge source of damage for me. I'm going to crit at least 1 out of every 3 shots on average. And this one just plays right into that. Especially when you're fighting really big enemies, you're going to chunk real hard. The last one that I picked is Shrapnel Headhunter. She is the new name. Raider Raptor is now Buckshot Raptor. And Raider Raptor is now Shrapnel Headhunter. Or sorry, Raider Headhunter is now Shrapnel Headhunter. So they've changed the names around for the hero rework, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, this one's really good. This one gives you an extra 17% shotgun damage with the Shell Shock standard perk. So throw her into your support slot, get an extra shotgun 17% shot, do an extra 75% shotgun critical damage every time you crit, and you have an awesome, awesome character with huge close range potential, some massive, massive, massive shock tower damage, the ability to dial of wave clear with a seismic smash, and also knock all the riots on the ground. Yeah, basically comes out to one heck of a versatile, deadly, deadly arsenal. You got your hover turrets and your adrenaline rush, which I like to use for area suppression. If things fall apart and you need to focus on building or whatever, I like to throw the hover turret down. A lot of time I won't even use a hover turret in a game, but when I need it, it's a huge deal. Adrenaline Rush allows you to heal yourself in those emergency situations where unexpected things catch you off guard and you don't have a chance to use your phase siphon. You can also use this to revive your teammates at high levels. So very, very powerful. This is my ultimate loadout for Sanguine Dusk. Yeah, I think if you use this one, you are going to have a ton of fun. So Sanguine Dusk, is she good? Oh, yeah, she's good. She is super fun, super effective. Pretty close to top tier, man. Pretty close to top tier. I think that she's absolutely a fantastic character who has a huge impact on the battlefield. Her ability to completely wipe things out with her shock tower and her seismic slam. Honestly, the more I think about her and the more I use her, I want to say that she actually is a top tier character. She is a fantastic, fantastic team player and a fantastic solo player. She's just a beast all the way around. She's got a fully rounded, deadly arsenal, and I think you could use her in pretty much any situation. The malleability of this character with your support team allows you to build her however you want and be extremely effective. Sanguine Dusk. Is she good? Oh yeah! She's awesome, man. Awesome character. We're going to showcase the power of the vampire. She's went through a few changes, you know, being that she only has one ability now. They're going all in with her. Oh wow, that's some. Okay, so anyway, so the whole thing with her is that she can regenerate health. That's her claim to fame now. She's got her phase shift. When she phase shifts through enemies, she actually does, you know, a little bit of a self heal. So what we've done is we've decided to amplify this effect by using bioenergy. The bioenergy team perk allows you to regenerate shields whenever you use some of your energy. So all the energy you use translates into shields. So whenever we do a one of her abilities, it actually it doubles down, right? Not only do we heal ourselves for teleporting through enemies like this, we also regenerate a little bit of our shields as well. So we'll take a hit from the shield. There we go. Take a hit from the shield, teleport through, and look at that. Shields and energy. Boom. Filled right up. So it's very effective. She's very elusive. She's very hard to catch. Highly survivable character. We've decided to double down on this by using sniper rifles and shotguns. It kind of gives us a long range, short range element, so we need to deal with enemies. Boom. We can go with the headshot, then we can go with the close range. So if we're dealing with long range targets, we've got our Betsy, we've got our obliterators, we've got some really, really good options. We can shoot through walls using our obliterator. So it's always a good combo for, you know, for any character. I decide, you know, really double down hard. Go extremely powerful close range with the shotguns, and then go with the sniper rifles to deal with long range targets. And that way, since I fully expect to be in the thick of battle a lot of the time with this character, because there is, you know, the shock tower is the thing. This character's primary source of offense is the shock tower. You're going to want to make sure that you have the ability to, you know, to fight at close range effectively. And really, nothing fights at close range better than the shotgun. So it kind of is a perfect synergy to the whole style of play. You got to get in close to heal. You teleport through enemies. You've got your shock tower, which again you got to get really close to utilize. We're doubling down on the damage, so we have improved damage. As you can see, it just absolutely destroys everything. And then we can clean up. And if we take any damage, we can teleport through the enemies, regenerating our shields, regenerating our health, making this character, honestly, way better than she used to be. This character is solid. Now we also have the Seismic Slam, so we can punch. It goes there and back, causes some really good impact, which is especially good when fighting riots. Ooh, oh, see, there's an unexpected hit. Now we're just going to teleport through, regenerate some shields. Up, the riot's in the way, so we got 2 seconds. We're going to go like this. Watch. This is how you deal with a riot. So teleport through and aim the shot. Boom. All the way there, all the way back. Knocks the riot on the ground. And then boom, we're good to go. So yeah, we've got such a good range of skills here. You having the Seismic Slam in this loadout is so effective because it gives you a really good way to knock riots down and to clear out enemies, and kind of like, we actually went with double impact on move out of the way. Actually broke our gun. Where's my gun? I need a new one. Give me a new gun, thank you. Whoa. Turn my back for 1 second, get smacked. See, that extra return shot guarantees that you're going to knock down a riot. The first shot doesn't actually knock them down, the second comes back and knocks them on the ground. Very effective. Now that way riots can't actually push our position. The character is actually incredible. It's an incredible character. I mean, the damage is not outstanding, right? Because you don't have any damage at all in your primary ability. So, you know, you're immediately at a disadvantage compared to other damaging classes that can do it better and easier. But the fact is, this is a shock tower class, which makes it highly effective at dealing with groups of enemies. And I mean, everyone knows shock tower is insane, right? It's the most powerful AoE clearing ability in the game. If you need to wipe out everything real fast, shock tower is the way to go. I just shoot the shields out. Holy cow, did I just seriously shoot a shield guy with an obliterator and not kill it? That's embarrassing. Where's the other one? Double click. Oh, I missed. There we go. Might help if I reloaded my guns before combat. Oh man. Yeah, this character does not have a lot of fear of death, to be honest. Having the ability to phase shift to safety or use it offensively to regenerate your hit points is such a powerful tool. She is she's nasty, man. She's not the most damaging character. I mean, her main ability does not do anything offensive. It's a purely defensive, healing based ability. But it's interesting because of the character that it's done on. Because this character is a shock tower specialist character, not a specialist, you know, she doesn't have anything special about her shock tower, but because she has shock tower in the loadout, because she has Seismic Slam in the loadout, you know, she has very good tools to deal with a lot of targets. She can kill all the little enemies. She can deal with the riot enemies. She can teleport out of the way to avoid damage if she needs to. You can use whatever weapons you want on her. My preference, of course, is shotguns and snipers, because you're going to be sitting back quite a bit until you decide to go in for the shock tower. As soon as you go into the shock tower, you switch over to your shotguns, and you get in close. You throw down the shock tower. You start cleaning up enemies like rapidly, and then use your teleportation to deal with some of the damage that you're going to be taking, to regenerate your shields, to regenerate your health, and basically just being unkillable on the battlefield. It's very unlikely that you're going to get killed on this character unless you really make a mistake and miss a key blaster. The blaster's the only threat for this character. This character is pretty much, untouchable otherwise. So you can see enemies come, shock tower down, clean up. And it's just power, man. It's power. You have a very short cooldown on your shock tower. It's a very effective ability. As you can see, this character has multiple tools to deal with incoming enemies. You can slow the battlefield down with shock tower. You use sniper rifles. You can deal with lots of threats before they ever get in close and become a problem. Once you get in close, you can switch to shotguns, up close and personal. If you take damage, one sec. Take damage. Come on, guys, damage me. Somebody. I'm too strong. I can't take damage. Okay, there. We've taken some pretty good damage here. So now we can just teleport through. See? Hey guys, hit me. Teleport through. Teleport through. Teleport through. And that's just one enemy, right? If you hit multiple enemies, you can actually regenerate a lot more health. Like, it's the more enemies that you hit with your teleport, the more of health you're going to actually regenerate. Getting close, teleport through. Look at that. Almost a full regeneration. There's a huge load of enemies there. Throw my shock tower down. Character's nasty, man. It's a nasty character. It's got great survivability. Oh, hey, what are you doing up here? Teleport through, get a bunch more health. The vampire. There we go, full health. Oh, I'm kind of hurt. I didn't even realize my health is low. So we'll deal with that in just a moment. We'll kind of like pick our spot right here. Teleport through. Teleport through. There we go, full health. I glitched out the first time. Boom, clear that. Look at that. See, it's really powerful. Honestly, this character has a lot of power, tons of survivability. It really functions well within enemy group dynamics. I mean, if things are annoying you, you got your turrets. Just gonna clear that whole area out with the shock tower. Look at that. Just devastating, man. Just devastating. It's a really multifaceted character. This character has definitely improved dramatic, with the hero rework. This is actually one of the few characters that has, like, basically it's just pure happiness. Like this, I was so unimpressed with this character back when I did a review, when it first came out. This was not what I considered a good character at all. It was very weak. The vampirism off the phase shift is still not a hugely impressive ability. I don't really think that it keeps up with like Survivalist Jonesy, for example, would be a good character that rivals this character, because as a commander ability, the only thing your commander ability is doing is healing, right? It's just a heal. So one heal should be equivalent to another heal. And I don't feel like this character's heal is as strong as Survivalist Jonesy's heal. But it functions a little bit different, and honestly, her style of play is a little bit safer than Jonesy's, and she's got a lot more tools for crowd control and for damage evasion, and she can really heal when she needs to heal. So she's not in as much danger as survival as Jonesy, so she doesn't technically need as much healing. So given the kit that it works within, I think that it works really, really well, and I think she's very, very powerful. Honestly, I enjoyed this much more than I thought I would. I was like, wow, this character actually worked. The synergy works, right? And there's no dead perks anymore, right? Because it's like you have yeah, like back in the day, she was trash, man. She had a bunch of garbage perks that just didn't work well together, and you're just like, oh god, forget this character. But now I can really customize her the way I want. I can boost her shock tower damage way up. I was like, you know what? I feel like I need more impact on my seismic smash so I can knock down those huskies. I'm gonna put, you know, shotguns and snipers, and I can build the character the way I want, and it works within her ability actually works. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed this review. If you did, like and subscribe, leave a thumbs up, and comment down below if there's any other reviews you'd like me to cover. I'll catch you guys next time. So if you like this video, come check us out on Twitch. We Twitch stream 15 to 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, every single morning starting at 9 a.m. We'd really appreciate the support. We're working really hard to grow the Twitch channel, so come and check us out. Come help us grow and be part of TeamVASH. Thanks, guys.